Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another episode on the NerdCraft SMP. I am Maximan, your favorite cyborg pirate, and I am here with another great episode for you today. The countdown is on till Minecraft Live 2021 and the mob vote. So, just so everyone knows, I will be streaming the Minecraft Live event here on my channel. So join me. For me, it's 9 o'clock a.m. Pacific time, but I know it's different for everybody else. I think 12 Eastern. But yes, so I will be streaming. We'll be hanging out. We'll be watching Minecraft Live together. We'll be discussing the vote and all that. It's going to be great. So don't forget to come join me for that. All right, so in today's episode, I need to build a chunk loader because I've managed to get a bunch of villagers into the nether, and I've converted them all into zombie villagers. They've been traded with so they won't despawn, but there's still like a brief moment when we load up the nether where ghasts and stuff can still spawn just before the villagers actually load in. So I want to build a chunk loader to keep them always loaded so that the nether is just always safe for us to enter and we don't have to worry about ghasts and all that. Also, I do want to show off what I've been doing lately. It was kind of a pet project, a little bit dumb, like my projects tend to be, but I will show you what I did and what it took to make that happen. And yeah, we'll just be getting some general work done around the base. So thank you for joining me. Always remember, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I would appreciate that so much, and it's good for your health, believe it or not. It's yeah, it's like a vitamin supplement. It's great. Do it. And like the video if you like the video, dislike if you dislike it, so that I know what to fix. But you have to tell me what's wrong with it so that I can fix it. All right, let's get to the video. Okay, so these guys right here are my new pets. They are Kraken, Dinnerbone, and Cthulhu, my pet glow squids. Now, I have them in tinted glass because initially I thought I could just get them to spawn in here, but, oh, see, they do that a lot too. They tend to come out of their cage and just float around and then zip back in. But as I was saying, I thought I could get them to spawn in here by having the tinted glass and making it dark with the stone nearby. But apparently they only spawn below water level, like below sea level, below Y63. So unfortunately, no matter what the light level was, they would not have spawned in here. I have since added some sea lanterns, but I do want to convert this from tinted glass into regular glass, just so you get a better view of them and make it a little bit nicer for them. Right now they've just got bare stone. I might want to add some decorations for them. Look, see, look how far that guy is. And then zoom back in. They do that all the time. So yeah, this was the little project that I was working on while I was gone for the week. Now, what did it take to make this happen? Well, you see, this rail system here, this is how I got them in, because I had to get them to spawn below sea level. So we can follow this all the way around, and you can see here, there's like a glass tube with water. That's because they can't survive very long in just a minecart, right? They're gonna die from dehydration. So all along the minecart path, I had to make these little tubes that had water in it to reset the timer for how long it would take for them to start taking damage. So there's these all along the path, and it goes all the way through my base here. I had to remove some stairs in order to get it to come through here, and then it goes through this way and go around here. And it comes down over here from up there, all the way down here, curving around. There's another water thing for them to be able to not dehydrate. Oh, during this, when I was placing that water, I think 3 times I washed away all my redstone here for my bamboo farm. It was super annoying. But it came down here and went this way, yet another anti-dehydration spot, and all the way down here, around the corner, and in here. Now this, if you don't know what it is, let me just not freeze it. This is the Squid Farm that I built with Demon Queen. And so by covering it up, we also made it so that glow squid can spawn in here. So I would go into the farm, stay on the not magma, if I could. Sometimes I couldn't. And I would put a glow squid on a lead it over here, tie it to the fence, and then sit here with a minecart. And I'd have to usually wait because they would like swim over here, or they'd be like all the way over here. And then eventually they'd get near the minecart path and I'd push it, pick them up, and it would automatically break the lead and then send them up there. I'm not going to mention that several glow squid had to die in order for me to test out how far they could make it without actually dying. But in the end, they did survive, and we have our new 3 glow squid pets. However, now that they're gone, I have a task ahead of me. This rail system, all the water, it's all ugly, and it's all gotta go. All right, there we have it. I think they are looking a little bit more happy in their new home. So they've got some growth happening, some plants help add oxygen to their tank so they can breathe. Oh, there was Cthulhu. I guess you can briefly see their names when they peek their heads out, because these are obviously magical glow squid that can teleport through glass and then teleport back. So we now have our glow squids in their nice tank. They are happy. I've cleaned up all those rails that were super ugly and all over the place, set everything back to normal. I think now we're ready to do something that I haven't actually done before. I am going to try my hand at building a chunk loader. Now, I have no idea how to do this myself, not even the slightest clue. So for this chunk loader, obviously, I am just going to be stealing someone's design. I will, of course, give them credit. I just have to figure out who that's going to be right now. So I'm going to go watch some YouTube videos and figure out what design works for me, and I will be back, and then we're going to go to the Nether and build ourselves a chunk loader. Okay, so I am here in the Nether, in the slime zone, which is underneath the main Nether hub up there, and I have created a portal here just underneath our main portal, because with the chunk loader, I don't want those zombie villagers to be processed all the time. So the reason why I've chosen this distance is in this chunk, they will still be counting towards the mob cap, but they won't be always in the entity processing chunks. So that way it'll make it so that it's a little less processing on the server, and all it'll do is prevent gas from spawning when you first enter into the Nether. Because as it stands right now, when the Nether itself is loading, if say that chunk over there loads before the chunk where all the zombie villages are, then gas can spawn there before it realizes all those zombie villagers are there, and then you end up getting the Nether completely destroyed by gassed fireballs. So by building this chunk loader here, it'll have it so that it's always processing that those mobs are there, and then when you load the Nether, it won't have those random ghasts spawning here and there. And also, an added benefit of this is that since these chunks will be loaded all the time, when you go to the Nether, it's going to be a bit quicker of a journey. All right, so let's build a chunk loader. And there we have it. Our chunk loader is up and running. So now, as long as this is in operation, there should be 0 mobs in the nether anywhere. Now, of course, in order to use my wither skeleton farm, I am going to have to put a lever here, which I forgot to bring with me, in order to turn this off so that wither skeletons will actually spawn at my wither skeleton farm. But as far as for right now goes, this should be enough to prevent any mob spawns within the nether, because those zombie villagers are going to always be loaded. So there we have it, 1 chunk loader. I've never actually built one of these before, so this is my first time building one. And honestly, I had to use a tutorial, I'm not gonna lie. I used the one by Mysticat. I will put a link for his video that I used in the description. He's the guy that built the sphere and the circle in Minecraft with commands, so always a good idea to check him out, because some pretty good stuff there. And yeah, so chunk loader is now complete and our nether is finally safe from ghast bombs. So before I continue with the next part of the video, I just want to let people know that don't already know that we are currently doing a little fundraiser to get a new dedicated server computer for our server. Now, anybody that donates is going to get their name in the spawn building as a sponsor of the server. So when this world download becomes available, everybody that downloads the world will be able to see your name. So we already have one person who has donated generously to getting us our new server computer. So without further ado, I am going to put up his sign here in the spawn building now. So thank you very much to Loki OLR, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, for your $150 donation to this server. Now, if anyone else wants to donate, I will put a link to the GoFundMe in the description, and you too can own a piece of this server. So thank you very much again, and let's continue now with the video. So I am up here on top of the big giant box. This is what surrounds the iron farm, and as you can see in the roof here, there are some holes, because I'm guessing that the reason why it shut off after I put this roof in was that the iron golems could not spawn without access to the air. So that's why I've got that set up now as a hole. So what I want to do is build some structures coming up where these holes are, so that I can still keep that open, but also have something up top that makes it look a little more castle. So we're gonna do that now in the form of a time lapse. Okay, so there we have the 4 towers that are coming out of the main building. Now I just need to connect these towers with a path system. One thing I didn't notice until it was, I guess, too late is that these towers are actually 1 block shorter than those towers. So I'm not sure how I'm going to make that work as far as it comes to the pathways connecting them. I can probably make them all the same, and then the ones that just come over here are going to be like 1 block shifted over that way. That has to do with the size of the platforms that I was able to fit in the room down there. But anyways, it should look okay. And I do want to incorporate some of the copper and maybe the acacia wood into the structure, and I kind of want to make it like an arch. The top, the walking platform between them definitely won't be, but in here I'm going to have some kind of arch structure, the same there and there and then there. So I guess we might as well continue doing another time lapse for the rest of that. Okay, so I know I promised a time lapse here, but I wanted to nail down the design first, and I've been through, I think, 3 or 4 different iterations of this, and I'm still not sure what to think. So I've only got like half of it done here. Instead of finishing it, I'm going to leave it up to you guys in the comments to say if you like this design, or maybe if you have any suggestions of what to do to make it better. I'd definitely be interested in listening to that. I'll just stack up here and show you what I've got so far. So the arches, I'm kind of happy with how they turned out. They do look pretty archy. I might just add 1 block under there to make it a little rounder. And then, yeah, so I've got the archways. There's a pathway that goes over top of each one. And then just kind of like not a full roof, but just like a little shelter roof that comes out a little bit. And I tried to keep the same pillar design and general design as what I had over there, just to match in with it pretty much, right? So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about this, and maybe we'll go with this design. Maybe we'll switch it up. Can see, yeah, there's like, it is a traversable pathway, even though there's no real way to get up here because it's just mostly for looks. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section, and we'll see if maybe this design makes it, or maybe we do a little redesign. Ow, that hurt more than it should have. Okay, but that's enough of that for now. Let's leave that at that and move on. Well, in my last episode, the thing that I said that I would work on and complete is now done. I have put a bunch of tinted glass up top just to block out the light so that more mobs can spawn, and I did some fine tuning around the edges, preventing spiders from escaping. And as you can see, the mobs are raining down and splatting on the Splatform. Now, unfortunately, I did have to add these campfires at the bottom because occasionally, from time to time, there would be a zombie or a skeleton that had like just a little bit too much armor on, and it would end up surviving the drop. So having these there makes sure that if anything lands and survives, then that will end up taking care of it. I just love that. I could watch that for hours. Splat, splat, splat. But that is going to be all we have time for this week. Don't forget, I am going to be live streaming for Minecraft Live tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. I believe that's 5 o'clock in the UK. So don't forget to join me here on my channel tomorrow, and we will watch Minecraft Live together, talk about the mob vote, find out about what's coming in 1.19, and all that fun stuff. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click that bell so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks again for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow.